Well, other Trump venues that could soon come under scrutiny, his international business dealings. The Washington Post's Kevin Sullivan took a look at Trump's deals abroad and the questions that they raise specifically in the country of Azerbaijan, where Trump netted $2.5 million for licensing his name on a property that was actually never completed. Kevin joins me now from the Washington Post newsroom. Kevin, first off, incredible reporting. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I want to ask you about Donald Trump and the big question, if he is elected, how could he possibly manage to separate the Oval Office from his international business empire?
Well, this is an unprecedented situation. We've never had a president who has a global real estate empire, a global business empire of any kind. And the question is, how do you separate that? Now, the Trump people will tell you that it's very easy, that he simply won't be involved in their business. He'll leave that to his family members. He'll have nothing to do with it. And they say that eliminates any kind of conflict or even the perception of a conflict. But other people are saying it's not quite that easy, because even if his family is still running that business, won't there still be some sort of a conflict for Mr. Trump? Azerbaijan is a country with which we have very delicate security and economic negotiations all the time. And some people wonder whether a Trump administration would be as tough on this government as it needs to be if Mr. Trump has kind of direct business relationship with that government.
And the economy, Kevin, now it seems to be the buzz on the campaign trail. So many voters are concerned about the economy. President Obama talked about his economic legacy yesterday. How might Trump's international business dealings actually affect diplomacy based on what you saw on the ground?
Well, you know, there's really no way of knowing. As I said, this is completely unprecedented. We've never had a situation like this before. We just don't know the answer to that question. From what I saw in Azerbaijan, he has a multi-million-dollar project right in the middle of downtown that's not quite finished. His people would like to get it finished. The local developer would like to get it finished. And, you know, does that raise questions for Mr. Trump in terms of conflict of interest? We just don't know.
Kevin, you specifically focused on Azerbaijan. It's a country that the State Department notes is being plagued by major corruption. You mentioned human rights abuses earlier. Other American business have invested there. We've got musicians and singers like Rihanna and Jennifer Lopez. They've performed there. But those people aren't running for president. What position does that put candidate Trump in?
Well, it is a little tricky, because this government has been, as you say, cited by the U.S. State Department, Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, everybody you can think of, for having really a kind of a pervasive corruption in the government. And Mr. Trump his local partner is someone who has very close ties to that government. Not, you know, you can't say that Mr. Trump is in bed with the mafia, or it's certainly not fair, but it's awfully close. And the question is, how closely have they vetted his business partners over there? They say that when they did the vetting a couple of years ago, before they signed their deal, there were no red flags, that nothing came up. Since then, they've seen the publicity about their local partner, and Trump's lawyer said to me, this raises some questions that will have to be discussed going forward.
Fascinating reporting out of Azerbaijan. A longtime 4 News correspondent, Kevin Sullivan. Thank you so much for joining us, Kevin.
Thank you.